Welcome to the Nintendo Power Zone, guys. It's your boy Nice1983 with a brand new unboxing video, and today we have something that is really cool. Today we have the Deluxe Mushroom Kingdom Castle Playset from Jakks Pacific. I don't know why they gave it such a long name. Everybody knows it as Peach's Castle, but they're calling it the Deluxe Mushroom Kingdom Castle Playset. And I've been excited about this one for a while. I saw it about a month ago online, and I've really been anticipating it. So I'm really excited to be able to get this thing unboxed and break it down for you guys, and hopefully it meets the expectations I have for it. So it comes in this very thin box, so there's gonna be some assembly required. Right at the top of the box, you see these 5 awesome little figurines. They're the 2.5-inch scale from Jakks Pacific, and it comes with an exclusive Bowser for this line. So this is the only way you're gonna get this version of the Bowser figure, which is very cool. Up in the left-hand corner of the box, we have the recommended age group and the official Nintendo Power licensed product seal. We have the World of Nintendo line under that. It comes with 4 accessories. 2 of them are coins. We have the question block and a superstar in this game. So very cool. You also get a cool little flagpole, and I love that. I love the art here on the side of the box. You have Bowser, Peach, and Mario just all looking pretty happy. Even Bowser doesn't look that menacing in this picture, so it's great. Right at the bottom corner of the box, we have the Deluxe Mushroom Kingdom Castle Playset description. Moving on to the center of the box, you get a look at what the castle is going to look like when it's all completely assembled. So very cool. So guys, I don't want to spend too much more time in the box, so let's just go ahead and just run through it real quick, okay? Alright guys, so here we are. Take a look at the back of the box. You get the same image, but you get a lot more detail as far as how everything's going to work, and you have a nice little synopsis here for the castle. So, Princess Peach's castle is situated within the Mushroom Kingdom. Unfortunately, Bowser has taken over the castle and has Princess Peach trapped inside. It is up to you, Mario and friends, to save her. Then it has the same description in French, and you have all of the accessories listed here. So you have the question block, the Mushroom Kingdom Castle, the exclusive Bowser figure, the flagpole, Luigi, Goomba, Mario, Princess Peach, and it's very cool. You also have a brick block. I also neglected to mention the brick block. So this is going to be compatible with all of those 2.5-inch figures that Jakks Pacific has been releasing. I'm not a huge fan of that line just because I don't like the smaller stuff. You guys know me. For me, bigger is better. So I like to have the bigger stuff. But technically, this castle qualifies as something bigger, even though it's supposed to be used for something smaller. So it is what it is. So on the left-hand corner of the box, it lets you know that you can actually store your figures within the castle, and it shows you that the doors right under the stained glass window do swing open. Right under that, it says there's a sticker poster, which, you know, it's here in the box. We're gonna see that pretty soon. So let's just go ahead and finish up looking at the rest of this box and get it unboxed. Okay, guys? Alright, so we got everything out of the box, but let's go ahead and start with taking a look at these figures, because they're pretty cool. We've seen these figures before in toy stores and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the 2.5-inch line. It's not something I just particularly want to collect from Jakks Pacific. I really love their 20-inch figures, like their Link and their Mario, and I'm really hoping that at some point they want to release a 20-inch Inkling from Splatoon. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl, but Jakks, if you're watching, please, let's get a 20-inch Inkling from Splatoon. You know, and not one that's made out of, you know, stuffing. Anyway, back to this. So you got Mario, Luigi, Goomba, Peach, and Bowser. They all look cool, but you got the accessories as well. So you got 2 coins, the question block, and the superstar. I love this. Love these accessories. They're just a lot of fun. Now, these are reused accessories from the 4-inch line that Jakks Pacific has been releasing. So it's kind of like one of those situations where, like, yeah, they gave us accessories, but like they're nothing new or particularly special, but it's still cool that they're in the box. And when you're playing with this set, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have these accessories at the ready, so very cool. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the castle itself. there is going to be some assembly required, so just bear with me for a moment, okay? Alright guys, that took a little bit longer than I expected, but I've got the castle completely assembled and I've laid out the accessories in a way that's easier for me to deal with. I did not use that sticker poster just because it's just a little too much work, and I really just wanted to review the castle because that's really the meat and bones. So when it's all said and done, this all looks really fantastic. Now I have a couple issues with the castle itself. It's made of a very thin, cheap plastic, and it doesn't really snap together the way that I thought it was. Everything kind of fits together very loosely, which is something that bothers me. You know, this is an excellent looking product, but as far as its quality, this is something where I feel like Jakks Pacific dropped the ball a little bit. It's not a very large playset either. As an avid toy collector, I buy a lot of playsets, especially for the lines like Ninja Turtles and, you know, back in the day He-Man, and those are some really solid playsets made out of like this very thick, hard plastic. And this, by comparison, feels pretty flimsy. But as far as accuracy is concerned, this thing is spades above any of those other places. This is completely accurate to what we see in the the newer video games when we look at Peach's castle, and I love the little details. Most of them come in the form of stickers. So like that stained glass window was a stick. It's a sticker, and all the other windows are stickers as well, with the exception of that yellow door that Bowser's kind of obscuring right there. But it all looks really nice, and there's a lot of character to this castle. I love it. And then when you put the figures on top of it and around it, it all looks really cool. So it comes with two different question blocks, that brick block, and it's fun because it's just a lot of ways that you can pose all of these items. And I just love the idea of opening that door and there being a Goomba right on the inside as Mario tries to save Peach from her own castle. Just kind of odd, right? What I'm really hoping is down the line that Jakks Pacific wants to expand on these playsets and eventually gives us a Bowser's Castle playset to go alongside this one, because this would be an amazing thing for me. I would love to have, you know, like a miniature Mushroom Kingdom within my house. Anyway guys, I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. As far as like the way it looks, it's really nice. Now I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it is pretty big. It's roughly about 16 inches tall, so it's not too small. Outside of that, not a whole lot else going on there. It's pretty basic. It's really just kind of there to look nice, and you know, play with the figures around it. So I think it looks really cool. As far as the storage functionality is concerned that they were talking about, because nothing really snaps together in place very well, I just can't possibly see how you would be able to store your figures in this thing without it eventually coming apart if you moved it. So this is going to be pretty stationary if you're going to use it as a storage unit. But that's it guys. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to move on to comparison time, so don't go anywhere. Alright guys, it's comparison time, and let me tell you, I had a hard time trying to figure out what I was going to compare this castle to, because there's just not a lot of this kind of stuff out there. I mean, there's the Connect stuff, but I didn't buy very much of that. I clearly didn't buy any of the castle sets for that. But anyway, I got here the Power A Amiibo flagpole display, and it's the only thing that I could find that's relatively in line with displays and playsets. So take a look at it. You can see that they sort of fit together. I mean, this is pretty cool. I can actually kind of build a Mushroom Kingdom playset with these two things put together. So I'm really digging that. As far as detail is concerned, the castle really outshines the Amiibo display. But as far as quality is concerned, the Amiibo display is a much better quality piece. And both of these things required assembly, but I felt like the amiibo display was a lot easier to put together. But I could be wrong, and I'm gonna have to go back and watch that old unboxing video and see if I struggle putting this thing together or not. But anyway, guys, it's comparison time. That's what I got for you. Wish I had something else to compare it with, but there's just not a whole lot to do that with. So guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's gonna be score time, alright? Alright guys, it is score time, my favorite time. Why? Because I get to tell you whether or not something is worth your hard-earned money. So this thing is currently retailing at $39.99 at Toys R Us. So let's go ahead and start with its appearance like we always do. As far as its appearance is concerned, it looks fantastic. It really does look very much like the Peach's Castle that we see within the newer Mario games. It's pretty accurate, if not a little small. It's for the 2.5-inch figure line, not for the 4-inch line. If they had gone and done this for the 4-inch figure line, I would expect it to be much bigger. But I guess that's the beauty of Jakks Pacific having so many different scales. They have the 2.5-inch scale, they have the 4-inch scale, and they also have the 20-inch scale. Although the 20-inch scale gets severely neglected by them, they've only released 3 figures within that scale, so it is what it is. Anyway, there is a lot of assembly required as far as making this thing look the way it looks, and there's a whole section of this that I didn't use, and that would be the sticker that you use for the backdrop, and that's just because it was a little too much work for what I want to do for the channel right now. We're really only here to review the castle itself. As far as accessories are concerned, though, it comes with a fair amount of accessories. I have to admit that Jakks Pacific really put a lot into the package. 2 question blocks, 2 coins, a superstar, a flagpole, and 5 figures: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and the Goomba. And they all fit within the castle playset pretty well. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for any other figures, but there's enough for the 5 that it comes with, and you can pretty much tell a story to yourself while you play. So it's a very cool playset, very much like seeing the castle in its 3D, in a physical 3D space. Outside of that, let's talk about its functionality. This is supposed to be used as a storage case as well. You're going to be able to store your figures inside by slipping them through the door. I have issues with this because the material that the castle is made out of is really flimsy, and none of the pieces really snap together very well. So I can't really trust it as a storage piece, because I just feel like it's just going to come apart and you're going to end up with toys all over the place. So as far as its functionality and build quality, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5. For its appearance, I want to give it a 9 because it is really accurate, if not, a little small. So we gave it a 9 for its appearance. We gave it a 5 for its functionality. So its final score is going to be a straight up 7. So it does get our official Nintendo Power Zone seal of quality, but it's definitely not one of the higher rated Jakks Pacific products as of late, because we just got done shooting the videos for the splatter shots, and I thought the Jakks Pacific Splatoon splatter shot of last year was the best toy of 2017. They did an amazing job, and it was really, really video game accurate, and it wasn't cheaply made. By comparison, this feels kind of cheaply made, and it's really expensive for what it's retailing at. So while I do deem it to be worthy of your purchase, it does get our official Nintendo Power Zone seal of quality. It's at your discretion this time around, guys. I recommend it only as a display piece. If it's only going to be there to be, displayed on your shelf and look really nice and set up your game room the way that you want it to look, then hell yes, absolutely get this castle playset. If you actually intend on playing with it, it's fragile and it needs to be handled with care, because like I said, the quality isn't so great, and none of the pieces really snap together very well, so it is going to come apart really easily. So get to 7, our official Nintendo Power Zone seal of quality, but it's at your discretion this time, guys. Anyway, it's time for me to let you go, but before I do, gotta hit you up with these social media links. You can hit me up on Twitter at Nice1983. You can email me at Nice1983@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/Nintendo Power Zone. if you're a fan of the Nintendo Power Zone podcast, you can always download new episodes on iTunes, Google Play Music, and stream new episodes on Stitcher Radio. But if you want to watch the show live, you can catch us right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/user/the-article. THAARTICLE. And guys, we're gonna record an episode of the Nintendo Power Zone tomorrow evening. And we have a very special announcement that we need to make on the show. So I really hope you guys tune in and watch. Anyway, that's it from me. And remember, don't get cooked. Stay off the hook. Deuces.